Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Wuthering Waves reaction. Today we have Onward When You Wake. This is a song that was put into the comments by Voltorian Games in the last video, and a bunch of people agreed, so here I am. Apparently this is the opening song, like the theme for version 2.0, so that at least gives me some sort of an idea to expect a sort of like intro theme feel to this, but it could be something completely different. I have tried to give up assuming what songs are going to sound like when I start, but for some reason I always still try. But I digress, and without further ado, let's go. I love that slight fuzz distortion under the piano. It's like synth in there too, just kind of mixing together. Didn't expect the staccato strings. It's kind of a nice sound to hear. It's been a while. Ooh, the rain stick. An underutilized texture. Yeah, I could hear this being an opening song. Has kind of a menu feel to it. It's subtle and welcoming. Beautiful vocals in there too. Man, the song has a little bit of everything. And we're back to the beginning. And a nice resolution and everything. That was the most pleasant opening song I've heard in a good long while. That opening was a pleasant surprise because it reminded me of one of my favorite OSTs in all of gaming, which is the Twilight Princess soundtrack, The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. Beautiful soundtrack, and anyone who says otherwise is a silly goofy goober and doesn't know anything. I love that soundtrack, and this has a lot of similar things going on with like how it's approaching the strings, especially those plucky strings in there, those staccatos, very underutilized in a lot of music I've heard recently, so that's just a nice thing to hear. And the rain stick, nobody uses rain sticks, but it's such a nice sound. It adds so much to the wash of the mix, especially when it does what it did in here, where it like kind of moved between the ears and kept things flowing, and it was like a connecting piece of the puzzle to the rest of the song. And it's just not too often that it's used in that way. If it's used at all, it's usually more subtle in the background. They threw this really up front in the mix, made it really obvious, and that was really nice to hear. And the whole base of this song being just kind of the piano going through this arpeggio of do 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 do. It's just flowing. The entire song feels like you're breathing, you know, like it's the start of a new day. That picture that was on screen, perfect picture for the sound that was happening here, even with the rain stick and having that little rainbow crest on the side. It was just ideal. And just this song feels like a breath of fresh air. It sounds like something you would want to hear while sitting on the banks of like a giant lake or something, fresh in the morning, and you're just smelling the wafting air off of the lake, and you're just like, oh. It was almost up there with like Ballad of the Windfish, to use another Legend of Zelda song there. That's a great song. It has a similar kind of thing going on with like not the overall song, but like the vibe it's going for, that like very calming, soothing sort of sound. It's just a beautiful track, and this, it just nails everything that makes me want to jump into a game, but also with this like calmed mindset that I won't have to deal immediately with a bunch of stressors or in general just a bunch of narrative issue. Like I can just kind of jump in and I can handle things at my own pace. And while I'll definitely probably get to stuff that's a little bit more stressful, there's something about starting a game with a song that feels so tranquil like this that makes me want to play more, because if you start out just yelling at me right off the bat, I haven't even clicked play yet. Like, give me a minute, you know? Having these sorts of songs kind of introduce you softly into the mindset of the game has got to be like the absolute best choice scenario for me, just because it kind of puts me at ease. I don't immediately have to stress about all the stuff that may come from playing a game with a narrative that might have a bunch of weird stuff going on and a bunch of other stress. But sometimes you just want to start a game knowing that, at least for the initial part of whatever you're about to get into, you can kind of take your own time, and there's a relief to that, and I definitely appreciate it. And this song is just gorgeous. It's simple, straightforward, it loops really nice. It has that section at the end that resolves really nice for like the standalone version, but you can easily tell that this would be looping forever, and you know what, I might let it. This is just a really nice song that you could just play in the background while you're just existing in your own life. For those who go out on like morning walks or something, or like if you're going camping soon or something after you watch this video, take this song with you. Like, I highly recommend that. Just play this first thing in the morning, make this your alarm sound or something, and you'll realize the impact that this sort of soundscape can have on your mind first thing in the morning. You're immediately going to just remove any stress, and you're going to be like, man, today is a day where I'm just going to kind of take my time and let things happen as they happen. And if you're going out, especially on a vacation, you couldn't ask for a better vibe, you know? So 100% do that if you haven't. But also, I think that's about all I got to say for this one. It's just a really chill out song, and I absolutely adore it for those reasons. It's just the perfect sort of soft introduction for any sort of event, and I really appreciate it. But if you have any other songs from Wuthering Waves you want me to get to, by all means, leave them down in the comments below, and I will do my best to get to them as well. And of course, if you just like this video and you want to follow me and support me for more stuff in the future, you know how to do all that, and I will see you all in the next video. Goodbye!